All right, today we're going to do something a little different. We're not just going to learn a list of words. Nope, we're building a toolkit, a precision toolkit of English words for your everyday life. And the best way to do that? We're going to follow a story. We'll track a character named Alex through a single, totally relatable day and see what language they use. I mean, just think about it. What if you had the perfect word for every single moment of your day, from that first decision you make in the morning to the last conversation you have at night? The right word, it doesn't just describe your world, it actually shapes it. It gives you confidence, makes things clear, and that's exactly the journey we're about to go on with Alex. Okay, so let's kick things off. Our day begins, and the first challenge? Getting ready to look your best. So first things first, shoes. It's always about the shoes, right? Alex has a choice: go for the practical flat shoes for a day of running around, or the more formal high heels to really project that authority. Since there's a big meeting today, Alex is thinking, yep, it's a high heels kind of day. And here's the final look, all put together. We've got a sharp suit as the base, looking professional. Then an elegant necklace to add just a little personal flair. A professional handbag is a must, keep everything organized. And, because you never know, a practical raincoat is grabbed just in case. Perfect. Alex is ready to take on the day. Okay, on to our next chapter, navigating the city. We're about to go from peaceful morning streets to a seriously bustling hub. So, the journey begins in Alex's neighborhood, and it's peaceful. It's quiet. You know that feeling? It's that calm before the storm, that perfect little moment to just gather your thoughts before the day really kicks into gear. But of course, that calm doesn't last very long. As Alex gets closer and closer to the city center, the whole vibe just shifts. It gets noisy. Suddenly you're hit with the sounds of traffic, maybe a siren in the distance, just the hum of 1,000 conversations. During the commute, Alex notices this really cool contrast. On one side of the street, you've got these ancient buildings. You can just feel the history. But then you look across the street and bam, modern skyscrapers are just shooting up into the sky. It's like the past and the future are standing right next to each other. And it's the same with the streets themselves. One minute, Alex is cutting through these narrow, winding little alleyways, and the next, they're on these wide avenues just packed with traffic. Each one has a totally different energy, right? So Alex finally arrives near the office, and the whole scene is just crowded. The sidewalks are packed with people, everyone moving with this real sense of purpose. You can literally feel the energy in the air. All right, time to head into the office. We're diving into the daily grind and talking about how to tackle challenges at work. So this is the main event for Alex's workday. There's an issue, and Alex has to deal with serious problems. And we're not talking about just clearing an inbox here. This means taking real action to solve something important, something that's gone wrong. So how does Alex handle this? Well, with a really smart 3-step plan. First up, make a note. You got to get all the key details written down. Step 2, concentrate on the problem. Just focus, give it all your attention. And third, and this one is so important, work in a team. You bring in your colleagues because, hey, the best solutions often come when you put your heads together. And really, this whole situation shows us what it takes to succeed at work, right? You absolutely have a lot of skills. You have to be able to make important decisions, especially when you're under pressure. And sure, you need good qualifications to get in the door, but honestly, it almost always comes down to how well you deal with people every day. Okay, work's over for the day. Let's switch gears. Now we're talking about money, money, money. Specifically, the words we use when we're making choices while shopping. So, Alex is walking home and spots something in a shop window, something they've wanted for a while, and here it is. That classic question we have all asked ourselves a million times: to buy or not to buy? But before you even think about anything else, there's one really big question you have to ask. Can Alex afford it? This word is so important. It's not just about having some cash in your wallet. It's about having enough money to buy this thing without causing you trouble down the road. Okay, while we're on the topic of money, let's clear something up. Two words that people mix up all the time: lend and borrow. It's actually pretty simple. If you lend something, you're the one giving it away. If you borrow something, you're the one taking it. The easiest way to remember: you lend to someone and you borrow from someone. See? Easy. So Alex decides to go for it. They're going to buy it. At the counter, you've got the usual choice: pay with cash or card. After you pay for the item, there's one last crucial step. Always get a receipt. That little piece of paper is your proof of purchase. All right, the day is winding down. For our last section, let's talk about connecting with people. Let's look at the simple but powerful words we use with our friends. So, Alex is meeting up with a friend, but the friend shows up a few minutes late looking really sorry. What's Alex's first response? Something simple, something kind? Don't worry. It's just 2 words, but they're so powerful, right? It just instantly makes the other person feel better. Here's another fantastic phrase you can use in a situation like that. It doesn't matter. It says the exact same thing, really. It tells your friend, hey, this tiny little thing is not important. You are. It's such a nice, gracious thing to say. So as they're chatting, they get to a funny story, which brings up a really useful little grammar tip. You know the difference between words ending in ed and ing? Well, think of it like this. Ed describes how you feel inside, like, I was so embarrassed. But ing describes the thing that made you feel that way. So it was an embarrassing situation. Same goes for being interested in something, because that thing is interesting. It's a simple little rule, but it makes your English so much more precise. And just like that, Alex's day comes to a close. We've seen how just a few specific words can totally define an outfit, describe a whole city, help solve a problem at work, and even make a friendship stronger. So now the question is for you. Think about your day ahead. What new word will you use today? Which one of these will you try out to describe your own experience?